Hello everyone, it's Penny. Are you ready to feel wonderful? We have 30 minutes of flexibility and balance. For class, make sure that you have a steady chair and a nice non-slippery surface. Shoes are optional. You can wear them or not. In class, we're going to be working from our feet all the way up and ending with our fingers. So feet to fingers. Let's go ahead and start standing nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart, feeling your big toe, pinky toe and heel pressing down. Palms are forward. Open your chest, drop your shoulders. Think about the crown of your head lifting up. And from right here, let's just do a little shift side to side, knowing that you can always use that chair for just a bit of extra balance support. And just notice as you're shifting side to side, if it's a bit easier on one side versus the other. Very normal. And then pause. And let's turn in one direction, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Your chair can be right by your side. And the same thing, just a little shift. Forward and back. So heel and toe. And just notice again, heel lifting, toe lifting, feeling that weight shift front to back. Hold center, turn back to the front. Let's go side to side again. Just working on that weight shifting. And then holding. Turning the opposite direction. So the opposite foot is forward, the other is back. And we'll shift front and back, heel and toe raise. And starting with those feet. Notice when the heel lifts, engaging the back of your lower leg. And when the toe lifts, engaging the shin, the front of your lower leg. And release, come back center. Feet hip width apart. We'll just pedal through the feet. One heel lifts. Just notice that roll onto the toes. Maybe the hips shift out a bit. And just really focusing on the feet. Massaging out your feet. So many little muscles in those feet. And then release. You may want a little support for this next one. Both heels lift up and we pause. And then both toes lift up. Just keep doing that lift, hold. So really shifting that weight into the toes and then into your heels. Two more. Again, noticing that subtle pause. and release. Now finding balance, grounding one foot, kickstand the other, chair is right there, or you can balance. Lift up, circle one ankle. Now circle the opposite direction. And then spell your first name. If your first name is really long, you can abbreviate. If it's short, you can do it twice. And release. Ground the opposite foot, kickstand. Lift, and let's do the other foot, circles. Switch, go the opposite direction. And then pause, spell your last name. Same rules apply. If it's short, do it twice. If it's really long, you can abbreviate it. And then release. Shake out your feet. And then find grounding. Your chair can come directly in front of you for a little balance support. We're going to start with our feet a little closer together, drawing alternating circles back. So belly's tight. I'm going to point the toe and just draw some circles back. Hands could be by your side. They could be across the chest, on your hips, on the chair. So many options. Little circles, big circles. Always picking the option that's right for you. Just ensure that you feel confident and steady. One more on each side. Now let's alternate circle to the front, so towards me. Your leg goes back and towards me. Range of motion through your hips and balance. You may be surprised how much your body heats up. You are so focused, so many muscles working to keep you fluid and still. Even yourself out and release. Now, again, we got that chair. Take one leg and make an 8. So making an 8 with your foot. And release. Shakes. Steady it up. Let's tiptoe and let's make an 8 with the other foot. One side may just feel so much more natural. A few more 8s. And release. Shake it out. Take your feet just a bit wider than your shoulders. Soften the knees. And just make some hip circles. It should feel good. Small or big. Notice the hips opening and then the sides opening. And then pause, circle the opposite direction. One more. And hold center. Now you maybe want to step out a bit wider, toes are forward. Put a bend in one knee. Now take that same hip, lift it up slightly. See if you can feel the whole inner thigh and groin area opening. And then come up, bend the other knee, align with the toes, and lift the hip. Subtle, small movement. I'm really feeling it in. And gently come center. Put a nice bend, lift that hip. Release. Other side, bend, lift. And release. Now walk your feet together. Turn towards your chair. And take one leg, hands could be on your chair. Just step back on the toe. Little bend in your knees, tight tush. And we're just gonna push the hip forward, feeling the hip flexor stretch, and then release. Push your hip forward and release. Think, squeeze the tush. So right where you would have pockets, just driving forward. Again, another subtle yet powerful movement. Our hips get so tight. 2 more. And release. Step it in. Come center. Hands by your side, standing tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Soften your knees. Support, take a hinge. Pause when you feel all the back body opening. Gaze is down, spine is long. And then hinge up with that long spine. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Soften, take your hinge. And then gently come up. One more time, coming down. And slowly coming up. Hands to heart center. And let's turn to the other side. One foot forward on the toe, a tiny little bend, hip pushes forward, and right here, holding. And then we'll start flowing, releasing, tightening your tush, pushing the hip forward. Two more. And release, come back center. Stand tall, feet shoulder width apart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees, support, hinge. And then slowly hinge up. Inhale. Exhale. Take that hinge. And come up. One more time. And slowly come up. Hands come to heart center. And just feel a moment of stillness. Maybe coming over to your chair, lifting one leg, crossing and opening. Or maybe just standing and opening, Foot is flexed, sitting back, feeling this deep in your hip. Toe is towards the knee. And maybe we take our hands right at heart center, pressing the palms together, finding a bit of balance. Soft gaze about 3 feet in front. And slowly come up, lift and release. Let's do the other side. Opening, lifting, crossing and opening above the knee. Maybe sitting down. Oh, that feels so good in your hips. Breathe, soft gaze down. And then slowly come up, release. Shake out those hips. Stand nice and tall. Option is just to keep your legs right here, hip width apart, or we can take one leg, cross it behind, zip up your inner thighs, push your hip out a little, hand right to the shoulder and maybe just lift up. Thinking of a nice long line from your feet to your fingers. Deep breath, feeling the feet ground as your fingers reach up. And then reach, release, uncross, shake everything out. Let's try the other side. Crossing, zipping up the inner thighs, meaning squeeze them together. Lift that chest, stick the hip out slightly, and then reach up and over. Holding right here, a nice long line through your side body. Couple more breaths. And then reach up. Release down. Take those feet shoulder width apart. Soften the knees. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open your chest. And then in opposition, reach forward. Give a big hug. Let me give you a side view. Stand tall. Open. And then exhale. Pull the belly in. Let's do that a few times. Use your breath. Inhale, open. And exhale, give that hug. One more. Come back to standing. Feet come a little wider than your shoulders. And let's just go ahead, pivot the whole body, side to side, getting some rotation through our spines. Again, working our way up. Now we're at the spine. One more in each direction. And release. Come back center. Standing tall. Hands right by the armpits. And we'll just reach up. And then come back in. Upper arm to your ribs. Each side, nice and slow. just getting a more length right through those side bodies. One more on each side. And release. Moving up. Shoulders roll up, down, and back. Nice big rolls. Two more. And release. Let the shoulders hang down. Take one hand, keeping the legs nice and still. Open your chest, reach, open back. And then come center. Other side. Come back center. And just keep switching, maybe looking at your thumb. And that's when you notice that little opening in your chest. One more on each side. And release. Now pretend like you have a beach ball right behind your back. Hold that beach ball, lift your chest. Breathe, soften those knees. And relax. One shoulder at a time, up and back. And release down. Shake your arms, shake your legs. Moving up a bit higher to the neck. Palms press down, or they can be by your sides. Open your chest, ear to shoulder. And then let that chin gently roll to your chest, ear to the opposite shoulder. There's a spot, it just feels so good. Allow yourself to stay there. One more in each direction. And then bring your head back center. Shake your arms and legs. And let's move to our fingers, feet to fingers. Spider push-ups, opening and closing. Two more. Release. Now, you can just stand, or if you'd like to balance on one foot, have that kickstand or the chair. Circle out your wrists. Then go in the opposite direction. And release. Spider push-ups. And relax. Maybe balancing on the other foot, kickstanding. Circling out the wrists. Thinking about how good your body should be feeling or will feel at the very end. We're almost there. Opposite direction. And then release. Now standing, you can stay where you're at, using that chair, heel to toe. Squeeze your inner thighs, find that tandem balance, and then once you have it, finger to thumb, each finger to thumb. Release. Take the other foot right in front of your toes. Tandem stepping the opposite way. Pause. Find a soft spot to look at in front of you. And when you're ready, add in each finger to your thumb. See if they all cooperate. Remember, just be grateful for whatever your body gives you today. It's enough. And relax. Shake it out. Come back standing. And start massaging out the feet. Maybe reaching up so we're integrating the whole body. We did balance work and we opened from our feet to our fingers. Just notice how this full body integration feels now. Pedaling. Releasing, hands by your sides, taking that big breath up, exhaling, taking a hinge, hinging back up, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, soften the knees, take the hinge, and slowly come up one more time. Take that hinge, come up, and hands come to heart center. Now standing nice and still. Maybe using that chair, both feet grounded, body is open, strong and stable. Only if you are feeling super confident. Shut your eyes. And just notice your postural sway. See if you're standing really steady or if there's just a natural sway. Forward, back, side to side. And then release. And let's play with 1 foot balance one more time. Kick standing, just picking a foot to ground. And then maybe trying to look over one shoulder. Come center, over the other shoulder, center, and switching. Grounding, tiptoeing, looking over one shoulder, back center, and over the other one. Back center. 3 more deep breaths into your belly. Inhale up. Exhale, let the hands float down. Big breath in. Get expansive, get tall. And exhale. One last time. Big breath in. And exhale down. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that your body feels nice and open, more relaxed, more at ease, and that you feel more confident, strong, balanced. This is a wonderful class. We moved from our feet to our fingers. We got a bit of everything. Enjoy this feeling. Drink some water, and I will see you again soon.